What did I do?
You smoke.
With the clock ticking, is life worth living? Make a choice, you or I. Without decision, one will die. In this quest, some are left behind. This game will blow your mind.
Let's do this.
Get off me!
We are innocent.
His head is gone!
You're next on my kill list, buddy.
Oh my god.
Why is this happening?
Wait, we need to kill 24 people to end the game?
Hey, Baz, Jeff in Las Vegas. Good morning.
Hey, Jeff, you're in Vegas. Nice.
I am. Where are you at?
I'm in Montreal.
Montreal. A real good friend of mine's a critic there, Moarais-Legace. I don't know if you've seen him on television there.
Nope.
Nope,
Don't know this name. Montreal is small, but it's still a big city. You know, Quebec is a village, but Montreal, we don't know everyone.
I was there many years ago, and a lot of your places don't open on Sunday till like the afternoon, so that really shocked me. So,
Yeah, it kind of changed a bit, but now with this pandemic, we got back to old weird habits of stuff closed and all that.
well, let's talk about Game of Death. I really love this film. It was a lot of fun because I've seen a lot of low budget horror films during the pandemic. You know, they're coming out of the woodwork, and yours had the best production quality. It was outrageous, and it was such a fun ride. I mean, if I can say that about such a disgusting movie about millennials who kill or be killed and their heads explode in a game of death, you know. But overall, man, what a fun ride.
Nice, thanks. Yeah, I think, it was our first feature collaboratively with me and Seb. It was my first feature. And I think, being from the music video industry and always been working with the same crew, with the same friends, I think everybody wanted to give more to the movie, from DP to actors to production. Everybody it was not a production where people would be tight on schedule and this is my timing. And we wanted to make the best movie possible with what we had. And we had lots of fun. And I think you can you can feel it.
Definitely, you can tell that it was you have experience, even though it was your first feature, because some of your camera movements and it's really some great coverage on this movie. And I guess it's kind of like Battle Royale meets Jumanji. I mean, with lots of blood, and especially the design of the game itself. Who designed the game that they all kind of get sucked into?
Yeah, it's been designed by Sam Boucher. He's a video game developer who he works for Co-op. It's KOOP, the company, and he's a friend of ours. And he was just out of this. He just finished making his first game that got sold quite a bit. It was called Gnog, GNOG, and we just love his aesthetic, and he totally understood where we were going with this game. We kind of wanted it to be half retro, but kind of to have a look that is also marketable, that you see it and you recognize it. And he really did an insane job in creating this design.
And did he also do the opening credits, the video game kind of footage?
No, this is another friend called Vincent Bilodeau, and with whom I worked with for the last, I would say now, almost 15 years. So I've been doing tons of music videos, a ton of stuff with this guy. And he's really a genius with motion graphic.
I really love the first death in the movie. You do this really long push from far away, just getting closer and closer. And I thought, wow, that was really effective.
Yeah, this is something we really wanted to to build and to have like every scene, like, you know, in the movie, you really have an evolution of style between every scene. And this is really something we put a lot of thought in to how can we, you know, it starts kind of real life, a bit eerie, a bit dreamy, but we wanted it to become like, we were thinking of it almost like a video game, you know, like every scene would become like almost like a level, a video game level, and have its own world, its own particularity. And yeah, and we were very happy with that first death.
And you kept your cast in fake blood the entire shoot. Were there any complaints?
Lots of complaints, but they were all into it. And one interesting thing also that we've been, how we did this movie is we shoot it chronologically. So everything was shot really in the same order as you see in the movie. So the cast, yes, they were always in blood. Every morning they had this blood cannons put in splatter all over them, but they were also living kind of the real story. You know, when someone was dying, it was their last day on set. So they really kind of lived the story of their character in the movie. So they were having this weird relation to the shoot, because it was like it was almost becoming too real to a certain level. So so they were complaining, but it was such a big part of the process that I think it really helped them to get into character, into that crazy ride.
And to kind of springboard off what you said is that they started taking it too seriously. I think that your movie has humor in it too, because you can't let it get too serious, because people use laughter as a protection, you know? So when he goes up and stomps someone in the head or something like that, you laugh, you know? Because...
Yeah, exactly. We didn't want this to be like the classic horror, scary movie. We always saw that. I was speaking about a video game. We always saw this movie a bit like a cartoon almost, you know? It's cartoonish, it's stylish, and this was a thought in the process. You know, it was something that we really thought about.
Did you have a favorite death in the movie? I think mine was the jogger. I think that, because when you get out of the car, you didn't expect to see him kind of spread out like that.
Yeah, I know it's a nice reveal when we see it from the top view. But I think my favorite death would be Kenny, the second guy that dies inside the house. When Matthew died in the pool, they all get inside, and Kenny's head starts to get swollen.
You killed Kenny too soon, though. I think he was one of my favorite characters. You should have killed him later.
This is something that during the shoot we were like, we fell in love with Nick Serino, the actor, and we were like, man, we can't kill this guy like 15 minutes in the movie or 20 minutes in the movie. We need to keep this guy, and it's something we thought. And shooting chronologically, we were making script changes really often. We changed the ending, I think, a week before shooting it, and yeah, I'm glad you say that, because it was really. We loved him and we tried to keep him, but in the end we're like, okay, well, we liked him the moment he was on screen, and sorry, Kenny. But yeah, this is my favorite death, also because of the way we did it. It was all practical effect. You know, when his head gets swollen, it's the Rémi Couture, the FX supervisor, that was blowing from underneath with a little tube that was coming from his head, and like, you know, all the practical aspect was also making it so real during the shoot without any visual effects, you know, CGI, I mean.
And you guys are duo directors, you know, because Sebastian Landry is your co-director. So how does that work? Take me through that process. Do you guys have special abilities that your strengths that you do too, or do you do things by committee? How does that work?
We've been working together for I think 13 years now, 12 years, and it's very natural. It's hard to explain because we really do everything together. It's not something like if Seb goes to direct the actors and I'm more with the DP, the next scene it can be the opposite. It's the complete opposite. So we're really in a symbiotic bubble during the shoot. And the way we kind of manage this is we prepare to a insanity level before, because we can't be on set and start having arguments or not having the same vision, you know? So beforehand, before the shoot, it's like every scene, everything is thought, every frame is really, really understood in our head, and we know exactly the first day of the shoot what we're gonna do. So, and you know, like, you know how it is, like, and nothing ever happens as planned. So being that prepared help us being able to talk to each other. Okay, how do we manage this new thing? Okay, we do this, we do. We always have those little, just me and him meetings sometimes when there's a little things that we need to figure out, and just having like someone to approve this decision, because we're two. It's like, okay, is this good? Yes, yes. Okay, it makes you more confident for the vision after, you know.
And what's with the obsession of manatees? Because I see it's a running gag throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, it's we wanted to have like some different funny things in the movie, and we just felt it was we had like some we had some TV elements that we wanted to have content all over the movie, and I just feel like that a manatee is such the opposite of what they're living and what humans are living, where they're like cows of the ocean. They're like smooth, they don't try to kill anyone, but unfortunately human keeps killing them with boats and stuff like that, and they didn't ask done it. So it was more of a contrast to what those people are living, and obviously it's also just a nice joke.
And the Pizza Hut jingle, did the actress make that up right on the spot?
Yeah, we had like a 2-line jingle, and at some point we just asked her, okay, just go freestyle, and this is the take. This is the take we kept. She was awesome. She's really she's like of a Broadway singer and dancer actor, so she could improv really well.
And what I also like about Game of Death, it's short and sweet. It's not too long. I mean, it's just the right length. You didn't drag it out.
Yeah, and this is something that we didn't really fully thought. It's something that we just went with what needed to be done. And at some point, you know, budget, you know how it is for small budget movie. At some point, okay, we can't afford that scene. Let's just completely remove that scene, and it became our reality. And a funny thing, we wrote Game of Death. It was a night movie, and a lack of budget, it became a day movie. And I think it's better like that. And
finally, it's coming on VOD finally, July 10th. But it did the film festival circuit for a while. So how successful was it, and how was that experience?
That experience was awesome. You know, it's the story of Game of Death. I don't know if I want to go into the whole production story, because it's been kind of a mess. But when we got selected at South by Southwest for the Midnighters or something like that, it was just like, oh shit, okay, this is real. We're premiering at South by Southwest. This is big. And we kind of didn't realize that a movie that gets selected at South by Southwest is just looked upon from all the world festivals. So after that, we did 40 plus festivals. We you know, it was our first feature, and every festival that invited us, we went. And so we lived that festival route. It's fun. I'm glad to have done it with Game of Death. It's a lot of time. It's very time consuming that you're not working on your next movie. So maybe the others, I would go into the premiere and maybe not do the whole thing, but we had lots of fun in that festival route. So we're really glad right now that it's finally coming out.
And finally today, Baz, who has the game? Who has it? Where is it right now? Do you own it, or does a prop guy own it? But where is the actual game used in the movie at?
It's somewhere in the office, and we have a box with all the artifacts from Game of Death that we kept. The Pizza Hut ad, the Pizza Hut shirt. I still have the Kenny shoes soaked with blood. The pizza shoes that he had, and those were my shoes actually that I gave him for the movie, and I still have them. So we have a box with all those artifacts in the office that I am right now.
Well, congratulations on the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and can't wait to see you guys. What do you guys do next? Because you guys have a great eye and a great style.
Thanks a lot. And yeah, there's a lot of project coming on. You know how movies are. It's always a bit hard to get finance, but we'll be coming back soon.
All right, boss. Take care and come visit us in Las Vegas, and I'll come visit you in Montreal.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Take care.